Moses supposes his toeses are roses, as Moses supposes his toeses to be. Starting with follow-up, I mentioned last time that I had briefly looked at the photos I had taken at my parents' house. I looked at them a bit more and showed them to my parents. They were okay. I'm still not happy with them. I think there are some clear fixes for the problems. I think overall it's on the right track. Yeah, so that'll just be a work in progress. We're going to have a walkthrough in a week, and then we'll have a final shoot, I guess, in a week and a half or maybe 2.5 weeks. This will be my first commercial project.
Ooh, so fancy.
Yeah. Oh, and I have some surprise follow-up. This is hot off the press. Just happened on the way home.
Hot off the dome.
Hot off the dome?
It's like you just came up with it off the top of your head, as opposed to like having it written down and prepped beforehand. So this is hot off the dome.
A, I'm not familiar with that term. B, I didn't just think of it. I observed it.
I understand that, but it's fresh. It's unprepared.
Yeah, so it's just
unscripted.
Hot off the presses.
Sure, yeah.
So, I was leaving work. I got in my truck. I was looking out the windshield, about to drive off, and then I saw across the parking lot in the new construction site that's right next to our building, a man that was moving some bricks around. Not bricks, but like the concrete blocks.
Cinder blocks?
Cinder blocks. Something like cinder blocks. I believe they are for the retaining wall. Something about him just kind of caught my eye. And then he got up and was getting in the little Bobcat kind of mini bulldozer that he was in. And I noticed that he had the same blue shirt draped around his shoulders and a bird on each side.
What? No way.
The mystery Grosso bird pet man that we saw at Kroger is also a contract employee for our building.
So he works a construction site with 2 birds on his shoulders?
Yes, he operates heavy equipment, which I also take issue with a bird on each shoulder. And in fact, at that moment, one of the either lead contractors or maybe even the architects were walking by with our construction manager at the company. And I saw our construction manager, he did like 3 or 4 takes where he just kept looking at the guy because he was as much in disbelief as we were in Kroger.
That's so strange. I wonder if these birds serve some sort of service or something. Because, I mean, I don't know how you could convince the lead of a project to let you work machinery with birds on you like that. That's so interesting. I need to know more. So did you run over there and confront him?
No.
Oh, I wanted answers, Nate.
I thought about taking a photo, but there wasn't much of a place to hide, so it would have been pretty obvious.
Yeah.
To be clear, I don't just hate all animals or hate birds or anything like that.
No.
I just think they have a time and a place, and grocery stores and heavy equipment are not the time and not the place.
That's so bizarre.
You have big news, too.
I do have big news. The aforementioned patch from Strange Dirt came in the mail today. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm very excited.
Anyways, that's enough follow-up.
We had a big full weekend. Namely, I had a big full weekend. My birthday was on Saturday. So my mom and I on Friday afternoon left Nacogdoches and went up to Tyler, about an hour or so away. And we were just spending the night up there. Didn't have any particular plans. In my family, whenever we travel, the main activity that we do is just eating. Yeah, that's really how we experience places. So we went to an incredible sushi place in Tyler, and we had quite the feast. It was beautiful and delicious, and I've been thinking about it every day since. That was Friday night, and then we got cupcakes, and I had a peanut butter chocolate cupcake which will shock nobody. On Saturday, we slept in. Whenever we got up and around, we went to brunch at La Madeleine.
Is that a French restaurant?
It is a yes. It's like Panera, but like 2 or 3 times as nice and French inspired. So I had crepes and a mimosa, and it was delicious. And then we went and had both a massage and a facial. My mother pampered me quite a bit for my birthday. It was lovely. I am still sore from my massage. It was a deep tissue, and it must have been very deep. But it was great. Whenever I got back to Nacogdoches, we wrapped up some food we were making and went to a delicious dinner with some new friends from the praise team. We had just a barbecue feast, pretty much just following up all of the eating that I had done for the whole day before then.
2 of the husbands of the band members are big fans of barbecue. They had like a pit, like on a trailer, so it was really proper Texas barbecue. We had pork and sausage and brisket. I was kind of commenting while we were eating how much of our food we put meat into. At least here in East Texas. Because we had 3 different kinds of meat as the main entree. We had macaroni and cheese with more bits of pork in it. Not like little bitty bits, like substantial pieces of pork. The baked beans had ground beef in them. We made a kind of cheesy appetizer roll with ground sausage in it. Trying to think what else there was.
The potato salad had bacon in it.
That's right.
The potato skins had bacon in them. That makes sense for that dish.
Yeah, if you were truly vegan, this would have been nigh impossible to eat very much.
Even vegetarian. I can't think of what other dishes there were that did not have meat. Dessert.
Yeah, I guess so. To be clear, it was all completely delicious.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Followed up by another great meal.
On Sunday for lunch, both of our families went to the dean's home, and Kim made a delicious lunch. We had red chili enchiladas with a fried egg, of course, and really, really good guacamole that Jordan made. We had a Mexican salad, which I've only heard called Texas caviar. And it's like avocados and black beans and corn, tomatoes and onions, and some lime. It's very yummy. When Kim had asked what kind of cake I wanted, I said some sort of Texas sheet cake. So she made a Texas sheet cake and then also made a Texas sheet cake with peanut butter icing, just because she knows about my love for peanut butter. And that was a delicious dessert and an excellent surprise.
I may have suggested the peanut butter option to her.
I suspected as much. And I got lovely gifts from my family. I think the most fun gift I got was from Olivia, who gave me a box of Fudge Rounds with Nate, do not touch, and for Shelby only written on the outside of the box. And then, much to my surprise, when I opened it, each individually wrapped fudge round had a sticker on it with some other sort of statement telling Nate not to eat that fudge round.
I wouldn't say statement, I would say caution sign. They were all unique too.
Yeah, I think that was the most impressive part. There's things like Shelby's cookie only, or Nate, don't touch this cookie. It was very creative.
We'll post a photo of that in the show notes, which you can find at heydeans.com/highlights. Or look in your podcast player of choice.
Mm-hmm. Nate bought me patches for my denim jacket, and he got me a Wonder Woman patch, which is my favorite of all the heroes.
Hashtag girl power.
That's right. He got me, I think my favorite might be a patch that is an imitation of the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. But instead of a curled up snake that says "Don't tread on me," it has a horribly drawn little squiggly snake with the words "No step on Snek." So it's just the perfect internet interpretation of some classic Texas iconography. And then I also got a Texas state patch. It's the shape of Texas with the Texas flag inside the outline of the state, which is perfect. A beautiful sunflower patch. Some little mixed tape patches. And some American flag patches. That was all of them, right?
Yeah.
Am I missing one?
You said mixtape. That's confusing. Like a cassette tape.
Oh, yes. Sorry. And a cassette tape patch. So, definitely an excellent birthday.
And after we wrapped everything up and we were both exhausted Sunday night, I still hadn't taken any more photos for the Frame Within a Frame challenge this month. I really like to have at least 2 photo shoots for every challenge. Even that seems ridiculous. Like, I really should have one a weekend, if nothing else. But so far, I've only managed to get 2 each time. So I was running out of time. Our meeting is this Tuesday. Probably today, if you're listening to this on the day when it comes out. And so I wanted to finish taking one more set of photos for the challenge. So I wandered around downtown. I just parked in front of Glass Castles and walked and walked and walked. I actually walked all the way to the train tracks, which is probably a quarter mile, maybe half a mile. I'm not sure how far it is. And then I walked back. I didn't get very many photos at all. I took about 37 and I only kept 6. I will say the 6 that I kept, I liked them all pretty well. Only a couple of them would really count as frame within a frame. Some of them are just good photos, I would say. But that's okay. But a couple of them I would say are frame within a frame. They're still kind of more subtle frame within a frames. And clearly the group doesn't do well with subtlety.
I would say the group does not appreciate subtlety or notice it at all.
So the photo that I took of you earlier with that kind of wooden frame on a bridge is much more obviously a frame. So I plan to use that. But one of those photos may actually work for the photo contest. I guess we weren't podcasting back then, but in the fall, our city CVB runs a, quote, capturing Nacogdoches photography contest. And I entered and won second place last year. And I think one of the photos I took could stand a decent shot at doing well in that competition.
I agree.
Anyways, it was a full week.
It certainly was.
See you next time.